You'd been on social media for years before you started editing your photos. So why did you suddenly go from one day just posting natural pictures online to going, oh, I'll put a filter here, or I'll change this?
I think when social media first came out, I mean, it's come along in terms of sophistication since it first came out, and beauty apps, they've only kind of really been around the last 2 or 3 years, and they've only recently got very, very sophisticated to a professional level. And what started out as just taking the odd selfie here and there, I then over time discovered the apps and downloaded them and started to edit my pictures when I took them.
And this wasn't, so when you were posting these pictures, this wasn't a kind of sort of showing off thing.
No.
This was much more for personal reasons for you.
Yes, I found when I was feeling down about how I felt, often I'd take some pictures. It was kind of a quick fix, so to speak, about how you feel. If you take pictures of yourself and then you edit them and you upload them and you think, oh, actually,
I look good,
you know,
there.
I look all right there.
Yeah.
But the difficulty is when you look back in the mirror, when you become accustomed to seeing edited selfies and you've taken away your flaws, when you look back at yourself in the mirror, you become dissatisfied with what you're seeing.
Yeah. So there's the jump. We all take pictures, selfies with filters. I did it this morning.
Yeah.
But the jump is I actually want to look like that, and that's where you went in your head. And so what did you do to accomplish that?
It started off with me. I'd spoken to somebody once online and they'd said, oh, you look very different in your selfies. And then when they met me in real life, they thought I looked different to how I looked in selfies. And that got me to thinking, well, are people disappointed when they meet me in real life? Am I actually, you know, not attractive without the editing? How can I actually resemble, like, more realistically what I look like on a selfie in real life?
So what did you do to yourself?
On the editing apps, I used to blur away wrinkles. My way to look the same in real life was to have Botox to get rid of forehead wrinkles and crow's feet around the eyes. And then that led to like other procedures as well. I wanted to have fillers. I had my teeth whitened. And the thing is with that, there's always something else that you move on to that you see next. So you're chasing it, and you can never, ever.
And you had surgery on your nose also.
That's
as well.
right. Yes, had a nose surgery. And there's on the apps you can slim your nose. And I decided that I liked how I looked with my nose slimmer a lot more. So when I had an operation for my breathing, I also asked the surgeon if he could slim down my nose at the same time.
When did you decide, because there was a light bulb moment, you went on holiday and you decided that, in fact, this was an obsession and that you did have selfie dysmorphia. So how do you step back from that?
I'd known for a while that it got out of hand and that I was too preoccupied with how I was looking and also financially saving money and spending money. It was eating away at me that I could be spending the money but in better ways. So I decided to have a break from social media. I stopped looking on Instagram, which was a particular platform for anxiety issues, if you have anxiety issues around how you look, because you're looking at people, you're looking at a fake image anyway, so what you're chasing is not necessarily real in the first place. And I realised this. And I decided to have a break from social media and also go away on holiday. And while I was away on holiday, I came across an animal charity and started doing some work with them for stray animals. And that gave me a focus other than myself that mattered to me more about how I looked. And that kind of broke the vicious cycle
Well, thank
of making
goodness
yourself
for that.
feel.
I mean, Dan, selfie dysmorphia, it's a new term, but it's definitely a legitimate condition, something that you're seeing much more of.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The selfie is here to stay, isn't it? We all take selfies and use them all the time, but I think we have to look at you doing it responsibly. I will see some patients who come in having shown me a picture of their selfie, which they've adjusted using an app like a Facetune or the other apps, which, you know, and they say, can you make me look like this? You know, it's just unrealistic.
What do you say to them?
Well, I turn a lot of them away because actually the people who come for this clearly have unrealistic expectations about what can be achieved. Often it's like a thinning of the jaw or bringing this in, say, can you do that? And firstly, it's not achievable surgically or through Botox or fillers. And secondly, you know, the people who are asking for it, you need to make sure that they are on the same page as you and getting to the
Is
same.
this guys as well as girls?
Yeah, I mean, more and more men actually.
I'm happy. I've given up on chasing kind of an ideal that you can't ever get to realistically, and I'm happy with myself now, and that's why I've kind of spoken out about this, because I know that I've got a lot of girlfriends and a lot of females, say on Facebook, that are going through the same thing, but quietly behind closed doors, because there's quite a stigma attached to dysmorphia. It's often just passed away as vanity, when in actual fact women that are taking a lot of selfies are not necessarily self-obsessed and vain. It's because they are actually like suffering with their self-esteem, and what they need to do, they need to realise that the images that they're trying to emulate aren't, you know, necessarily genuine. It's a fake reality, and they need to have. Everyone needs to take time away from social media and the influences for their head to be working in the right way, because it is damaging to your mental health to spend too long comparing yourself to things that you can't possibly attain.